Hi there, I'm Ramsey Fitzsimmons, physical educator at South Sioux City High School in South Sioux City, Nebraska, here to talk to you about National Board of Physical Education Standard Number 6, Diversity and Inclusion. Diversity and inclusion is an extremely important aspect of teaching physical education because it's very important that we as physical educators acknowledge and promote the fact that in physical education is for everyone, first of all. And we need to make sure that people know that coming into our classroom. But we also know as physical educators that fair does not always mean equal or vice versa. And when our students need modifications and adaptations, depending on who they are or what their abilities are, it's perfectly well within their rights and our rights as educators to provide those adaptations and modifications so that they can have success and they can show their learning and their progress through our classroom and have the opportunity to do so. When I had taken my physical education class for people with differing abilities, we talked a lot about how we modify equipment. And how we can modify certain procedures and make different activities and movement patterns easier on our students. I've utilized my knowledge from that class in my actual classroom by adjusting equipment size. I will adjust equipment texture, switching from a hard ball to a soft ball. I will allow certain students to sit when they're doing a movement pattern before they're ready or before they are comfortable moving to the next progression. And in addition to talking about abilities when it comes to physical movement, it's also important to acknowledge that our students are coming from a different cultural background. And I take that also into consideration when I'm planning my lessons or classes. You need to make sure that you're being completely cognizant of what each of your students has going on culturally in the background. For example, some of my students are Muslim and Ramadan is actually coming up. And during the month of Ramadan, they cannot drink water or eat during waking hours. And as a physical educator, obviously, when we are doing physical activity, a lack of water and food can have a huge effect on my students. So that's something that I have to take into consideration when I'm planning my lessons here in the next month. But there are other examples of cultural diversity that you need to consider as a physical educator, like what music you play, the language you use, etc. Thank you.